All right, so I just wanted to go check in and talk a little bit about the season ending here. So I'm on this page, steamweb.pl/statistics/steem-monsters. So this isn't my page. This isn't put together by Abamat. This is part of being on a blockchain that lots of people can go take the public data and then go make nice charts out of it. So we'll see who did this later. So as you can see, we had 36,000 ranked games. And I guess what I ought to do here is let me go back all the way to January. We can do January 1. So you guys can track just how this has been going. So here, this is where the previous style of game was, where you just kind of mash the buttons and go. And then this is how we were doing. This is how we were doing with like the brand new play style, where you actually have to like think, see what your opponent's doing and whatnot. So you can see that in the new style, the most ranked games that we've had was around 32,000, almost 33,000, and we're now topping that. So this is, in this past season, this is the most games that we've played under the new rule set, literally ever. So that's an all-time high. So that's 36,000 games that were played just yesterday. This chart makes me happy. So here we have 2,200 close. You know, if we were rounding, it's 2,300. So we're increasing the number of players. The all-time high number of players from the past was 2,170. Here's 2,165. We're literally at the all-time high of the number of players that we've ever had. So, and that seems to keep growing. This to me is pretty remarkable because if you look at the altcoins are in terrible shape. Steem's in terrible shape. And the fact that we're growing through that, that's just so bullish to me. I mean, when I think about like what happens, like at some point I think there's going to be an alt season. You know, somewhere somebody says, you know what, I have one Bitcoin and it's worth 40,000 Steem. I guess why the hell not? I'll go try this. And then when enough people start doing that, I think there's going to be another bull run. That's not financial advice. I'm just a guy looking at charts for Steem Monsters. But that's my thought here. And I think that means that if we are growing like this through the bear market, when we get to the bull market, the shit's going off the chart. In active accounts, I don't really follow that too much. Packs and orbs purchased. So we were seeing, you know, we're somewhere between. It's really hard to tell on this graph because we broke it with the J6969 sale. But we're doing. I guess that's 961 booster packs. So booster packs per day. You know, again, this is skewed because of this. But we've had some nice days in here, you know, 1,500, 800, I don't know, back up to 900. So again, we're doing this at the all-time lows or like really shitty low points for Steem. Imagine what's going to happen if Steem catches a bid. So potions purchased, don't want to talk through that. Quest finish, you can see that people are kind of coming back to the game because they're playing more than one quest and completing more than one quest. I don't know what the burn rate is going to be or the cards combined, but this should be another sharp spike tomorrow. The burns, you can see, the thing that is great to me is that we're seeing something like a beta burn of 328. And that's actually can't be accurate because this chart doesn't even allow burns until, I don't know, May. So I could go back and look at this. Let's go do January, February, March, April, May. So let's go do 6/1 and see what it says for our burns here. Let's see if it calculates it a little better this time. Cards burned. Yeah, 728 betas burned a day. Promos burned, and then here's your reward burned, 1,500. I mean, this to me is staggering because it means that every single day, you know, more than 100 packs get burned. That's just, I mean, that's good business for all of us. Cards combined, you can go see 1,000 betas on average, and then rewards are 1,500 on average. And this should see a nice spike tomorrow because today, now that you guys have all got your reward cards, you're all going to burn them and combine them. So, but again, this is what when I think about what drives the economics here, it's really this. It's the 1100 to 1200 betas combined. And this is different than staking, right? Staking, I can unstake and get my cart. I could get my Steem back. Beta, if I combine them, it's gone forever. It's in that card. I'm never getting that back. And so it's a big deal to me that we're seeing 200 plus packs worth a day on average going into combines, because those individual cards are lost forever. All right, so I don't really focus on all of this. Here's the dude that made this, Rafalski. So, thank you to him for having done that. I'll go, we can get him some money. All right, sales volume. This is the other one that's driving me wild. So this is a little bit funky because we're talking Steem, and the Steem price in July is certainly much lower than it is in June. But when we're talking about the volume of trading, I guess I want to be able to go switch between Steem and US dollars. But at least based on Steem, we're halfway through the month and we're at 149,000. This was the full month at 178. I mean, we're basically going to double that. Now, again, it could just be that we're seeing half the price of Steem, so that's really impacting that. But again, when we're seeing the max number of players and even though like staggering to me is that even though Steem is at its all-time or not its all-time, but it's pretty damn low on the chart, we're still seeing such high volumes. I would think, okay, Steem's dead, so nobody wants to go buy these cards because it costs too much money. But that's actually not quite what we're seeing here, because what we're actually seeing here in the let's go check the market. I mean, we're still seeing $2,269 even with depressed Steem prices. We're still seeing a really healthy market, 4,000 sales. This thing has got to be the most active NFT marketplace in the world. I got some beta commons that are creeping up to 6 cents. The place that I really like to check, I like to rent the neutrals, so I keep an eye on this. So I buy up some neutrals and I rent these out. Because everybody needs a neutral. Oh, and it looks like Lord Anus is actually kind of on a cheap spell. I should go buy up a bunch of those. All right, and then what else have we got here? The reward card, alpha, beta, and then I also like to go check some of the legendary summoners to see how they're doing. So, 1650, that's pretty healthy. 1575, that's healthy. $40, that's absurd. $14. This one's a little light to me, so maybe I'll go invest into this. This makes me so happy. I bought a whole bunch of these Beta Selena Skies at $5, and now they're trading at 11. And then if I sell them for Steem, I'm gonna make a fucking killing. But as it is, I just sit here and rent them. I don't know if you guys are renting much, but let's go check out. I just type in Smalp, and it brings me to my collection and into my profile here. So when I check my profile, I have 305 Steem. This is amazing. I'm making something like 200 Steem a day right now, and that's because here's my contract list. You can see these are all the different cards that I'm renting. I have a lot of cards, but I have a lot of cards in part because they're making me a freaking fortune. And some people are going to go rent them and then break that contract. It hurts my feelings for a day or two, but whatever, because I've already made the 2.9 Steem. I really tried to structure my rentals so that I get cash up front, and if people break them or whatever, then they get penalized for that, and I've made my money. So I try to keep my my escrow high and my daily rental cost low. All right, so you can just see, like here, I have hundreds and hundreds of cards that are rented. Jarvie told me that my daily rental right now is up to something. If you total up my daily rentals, I'm up to $684 rented, and I can see that in how much Steem I'm getting out of this thing. So this is phenomenal. One of the reasons I do like Jarvis Market quite a bit, not to slam my own, but one of the things that I really like to do is to go check on the neutrals, and I like to go see where is there the biggest delta in prices, and I will typically try to go swoop in and buy these. So like right now, those at 36 cents. There's not many that are there, but that's a pretty good deal on these. So you guys can see me just purchase them like this through the market. So thank you, Positive 77, for a handful of cards. I thought that was a pretty sweet deal that you just offered me. But that's what I like to do. I like to go check in on these. Oh, I wanted to go buy a couple of these cheapos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough. I think that's enough. I don't even know what I have in here. But there's a whole bunch of them. And today is cheap day. So I can afford this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm happy to go buy that. So I'll have another Lord Anus for rent. And you guys can see that happen kind of as I'm doing this. But I don't know. I mean, I'm stoked. I mean, I'm so heartbroken that the Steam prices are as low as they are. But like my collection, if you guys don't pay too much attention to this, here's the SM Voters Hut. So let's go. Oh, you can't see this. Let's go put this over here. Here's my SM Voters Hut. I'm gonna go do stats Tender Shepherd, and let's go do stats Smallp. So, my deck is killing it right now. It's basically $80,000 worth of cards. The rentals, there's $52,000 over here. So let's go figure out what my annual return is based off of that. So I'm doing $683 per month. There's 12 months. That's 8196. So let's go do 8196 divided by 52776. So that's a 15% return on my money at the lows. I mean, this to me is pretty absurd. I feel like I'm killing it with the rentals, and I still have more rentals to dole out. So as this game keeps growing, the amount of money I make is going to keep growing, and the value should keep growing too. So there's a lot to be excited about. The other thing that I like checking is the market cap. And here we're at 2,485,443. So, you get some new cards, and the new cards is going to go pump that value. Some boosters went out. And so there is inflation that's included in this. But remember, if you get a lot of inflation and the players think, oh, it's way too much inflation, and they just, that could make the price of the cards fall. But that's not really what we're seeing here. We're seeing like the cards are getting burned, they're getting combined, people are still trading them. So we're just seeing this nice, healthy increase. And as we keep getting more players, I suspect that that'll keep going up. So none of this was meant to be, here's how you should invest your money. This is just let me go through and kind of talk through some of the things that I check on. And now I'm going to go put this into PalTube. I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a website that we can use to go upload videos. So it's going to be tube.palnet.io. And I'm going to upload this into there. And you'll see when I do it, I'm going to get, I'll get rewarded in DTube coin because I'm logged in with DTube. I'll get rewarded in Steem and SBD. I'll get rewarded in PAL because I'll include that as my primary tag. And then I'll probably mention SCT because we have a strong Korean community. And I'm also going to mention SCT and, of course, Splinter Talk tokens. So there's like 5 or 6 different tokens that I'm going to get for this video. But there you go. It's tube.palnet.io, and hopefully you're uploading videos into that. All right, guys, that's what I got for this. Hopefully you enjoy it. And if you think I talk slow or it's boring, just watch it at a faster speed. Bye.